Hey guys, welcome to Glen again, and it's literally 5 minutes after I finished uploading my last video. I believe it's still uploaded on YouTube actually. Let's have a look. It's done. But the reason I'm doing this video so quick after that last one, obviously I was talking for about 40 minutes in that video, as you probably know. You're probably thinking, what a slog that was, listening to me rabbiting on. But I was saying in my video, I'll show you when my Hashrate account gets updated to the new figures. So I wanted to do this so it's fresh, it's straight up as it's happened, rather than me doing it sort of tomorrow when things might have changed slightly. So since I've done that last video, which was only about half an hour ago, Bitcoin has gone down a bit again. So it was at 17,000 in my last video, now it's at 16.8. But Litecoin has gone up. It was at 246 or something. Now it's gone up to 250. So it's gone up to 53%. So it seems Litecoin is the coin to have today, as of December the 12th. But we'll see later on tonight what happens. I think that's going to go nearer the between $280 to $300 mark myself. But let me know what you think down below. Oh, wrong one. So this is my account. So you can see here. In my last video, the one that if you've watched, I'll probably upload this a bit later on today because otherwise people find it confusing. I've uploaded 2 videos so quick. I'll upload this tonight, so you'll be watching it tonight if you watched my last video this morning. But this happened half hour after I did it, and I didn't want to re-record the whole thing. So I received 0.0016009, which is, if we put that into copy, paste that, Bitcoin to USD. That is saying it's $26 worth, so a bit more than I said. I thought it'd be about $25. Oh look, I've only got there actually. So yeah, I've received that, and then I thought, oh, so why hasn't it reinvested it and bought some more Hashrate? Because I thought, right, let's see how much Hashrate that buys. So bearing in mind it's 0.0015 of a Bitcoin, so I thought I'd drag this along, and you can see the price here. It tells you in US dollars or Bitcoin. So US dollar wise, it's around the 20, so that's 27. So that's 0.0016 of a coin, which obviously is too much because I've got 156. So I need to drop that down 1. And that gives me 0.151047. So that's how much I should be getting in hash rate extra. So 170 gigahashes today, and then that should happen every single day. But obviously with the extra 160 tomorrow, it'll probably be 180, 190. So do you see where I mean about the my video that I've done saying you could earn 50,000? Obviously I'm gonna try and put my money where my mouth is. Obviously I've done that video and I've put it out there to the world, until I actually say, look, I have done this. Obviously people will think, yeah, whatever. So I'm going to give it a go. I've clicked reinvest. So it should buy me more hash rate every single day, and that's going to hopefully buy me another 160. Now I don't know, 170, sorry. I don't know when they actually buy that hash rate. I went to their reinvest option to find out when does it do it. Does it do it midday? Does it do it tomorrow, in a couple of days? So I went to my history to see when my last lot of reinvestments were. So you can see these are starting from this one, which was 1260. You can see there that that was on the 30th of November. But then the next one wasn't until the 6th of December. So I was a bit unsure. That's obviously 6 days later. Then the next one is on the 10th, which is 4 days later. Then I've bought this myself, 1 terahash. Then I bought the 10.5 terahash myself. And then this says reinvest 12th. Now that hasn't taken into account these 2 transactions, I believe. So that's from here. So that's 2 days later. So it made me think, oh, does it do it once every 2 or 3 days? Or does it do it every day? So I went to their help section to frequently asked questions. And it says here, the reinvest function allows you to automatically buy additional hash rate as soon as your balance allows it. So maybe I didn't have enough in my balance. It took a couple of days because I was only earning 30 cents, which would make sense actually. That would explain why they're different amounts each time. You can enable the reinvest function in the panel in the balance block, which I've shown you guys. Click reinvest and select the type of hash rate. Activating this function will use your current balance to purchase the maximum possible amount of hash rate. After every payout, the system will check if your balance is sufficient enough to purchase at least a minimum amount of hash rate. So the minimum is 10 gigahashes, which is $1.50, which is obviously what I've bought. So I assume then that makes more sense thinking about it now. It's obviously waited until I've got at least $1.50 worth of Bitcoin in my account, which with this small amount that obviously I'd invested, I was probably only gaining 10-50 cents a day or something like that, you know. If it is, then the purchase will be created automatically and confirmed. How do I disable it? In order to disable the reinvest function, click on the reinvest button and then click on the do not reinvest from the drop down menu and change save. Click the save button. So I went back, so I can choose actually to reinvest into more SHA-256 or script, which I believe now, because I didn't know, but someone sent me a message saying script is if you want to mine Litecoin as opposed to Bitcoin, which if Litecoin's going the way it's going, then that might be a good option actually to reinvest into some of that as well. So maybe I'll mix it up a bit one day. But you can click do not invest. So if I ever get to a point where I'm like, do you know what, I've got 20 terahashes, I want to actually start earning some money back from this now, which I probably will do after Christmas time, then I can click, and then the money that's in there every day, I can just start withdrawing that. So if you go to withdraw, it does say not enough funds, minimum amount 0.0107 of a Bitcoin. Now the reason for that is because the fees might work out more than what you're trying to transfer. So obviously you don't want to be stuck in a situation where you're earning $45 worth of Bitcoin, but then it costs $45 in fees or something like that, so you've lost out all that money. So they're saying that the minimum amount you could transfer is 0.0107. So let's find out how much that is. I think it's about $100. 0.0107. Well, it's $180. That's quite high actually. Which, if I'm gaining $30 a day, obviously that's going to keep going up depending on how much I reinvest. Then that should take me. I'm gonna have to use a calculator for that. $180 divided by 30, let's just say 6 days. So it's going to take me 6 days that I can withdraw the funds if I wasn't reinvesting. So bear that in mind when you're making your purchasing decisions. It says up here, little warning message. Sometimes this pops up, sometimes it doesn't. It disappears sometimes. I believe that's when the blockchain is overloaded, but let's read out what it says as of today, December the 12th. Due to the high load on the Bitcoin network and number of unconfirmed transactions, we are changing the commission to 0.0007 Bitcoin to reduce the time for withdrawal transactions to be confirmed. This means that the minimum balance to make a withdrawal is now 1.0107. This is a measure to increase the speed and stability of Bitcoin withdrawals. We would like to remind you that Hashrate is unable to speed up the transactions on the blockchain. Lower commission transactions may take multiple days to be confirmed since they have a lower priority from the perspective of the miners. Transactions with higher commissions are selected by the miners faster to be processed. So what they're saying is, obviously, because the Bitcoin and blockchain is not owned by a bank as such, and the bank would just churn through, obviously, the transactions in their servers somewhere. It's done by the miners and people that own, you know, these S9s and GPUs and all that. Obviously, they're going to try and mine the most profitable bits of information first, and then the ones that are worth less, they'll mine those at a later rate, later down the line, which means obviously over time there's going to be a backlog, and that's going to keep getting bigger and bigger. So the more people there are mining, the difficulty goes up, but then more transactions will be getting processed through. I believe that's how it works. So don't quote me exactly on that, but that's a brief overview of what they're trying to say there. It makes complete sense to me, but to be honest, I'm doing the reinvest option, so hopefully these sort of things will iron themselves out over time, because I'm looking to obviously keep reinvesting in this site for a little while. Hopefully the mining and stuff like that will catch up. They're bringing out a Lightning network or something, which is meant to be a lot faster, quicker, smoother transactions with less fees. Not sure when that's coming, but they're going to update that onto the blockchain, and we'll see things like this sort of be more ironed out, from what I understand. So do your research if you don't want to invest in it just yet. There's a blue warning here. So what does blue mean? Bitcoin withdrawals continue to be performed with a delay. The withdrawals that are confirmed by Hashrate.io are broadcasted to the network by block.io and are placed in the mempool queue. This means these transactions now await confirmation by the miners. You can track your transactions here. So this is when I say there's going to be a backlog of transactions that haven't gone through, I believe this is what they call the mempool. So all these transactions are in this pool, and obviously the miners are picking the transactions that make them the most money, and eventually obviously they're going to work through all of them. But then there's like a bit of a backlog, and obviously that will happen every day. And you can see here actually it's telling you where your transaction is in the pool. So Hashflare seem to be really sort of open and honest about everything, which is really good. That's number one key thing. I'd rather take less profit but have a website I trust than go for a high risk website that I've never heard of, and they're a bit shady with how they make their money. So for me, this is paramount to any business to be transparent with the customers. Even if the customers don't understand it, there will be people out there that do, and this just gives more confidence and more reassurance to people like me that they don't have to tell me this, but they're being honest, and all the information is here. I actually think there's more information available on Hashflare than there is on Genesis Mining. Genesis Mining have laid it out very simply and very basic, which is great if you just want to give them $100 and hopefully see some money back another time. Hashflare seem to offer more information, and this is why if you look back on my videos about a week and a half ago, I came to this website and I went, I don't understand what's going on here. I'd rather use Genesis Mining, because I didn't do my research. I didn't know what sort of like all these pools and revenue per terahash and all this stuff here. I didn't understand what any of this means. What are these different algorithms? See, I didn't even know they were algorithms. I just thought, why are they trying to sell different packages with all these random names like ethash, equihash? I didn't get it. Now I understand it a bit better. Actually, there's more information here available to me than Genesis Mining. You can even go in and actually select what pools you want to mine from. So you've got bw.com, you've got the slush pool, you've got BTC China. If I thought, oh, do you know what, I've seen some bad press about BTC China, they've been hacked or they're not paying out as much or something, just anything information, and I thought, do you know what, I don't want to use them that much, I would rather use BW. You can actually select what pool. Now obviously I'm not going to get into all that because it's way above my head at the minute, but if you want more free, the fact that they're offering you that freedom and that choice is just brilliant. I think it's a really cool option. It makes me trust what Hashflare say, and it makes me think, do you know what, whatever you think's best, just do that. Which they've set it out nice and even, 33% over 3 pools. If I wanted to, I could probably do 100% in one, if one was paying out better. So I might have to do some research which pools are actually more profitable to mine on through Hashflare, and see what fees there are and stuff like that. But at the minute, I'm just going to leave it as it is because they're doing a good enough job as it is. I feel anyway. But just, yeah, really nice touch. I don't think you can do that with Genesis Mining, as far as I know. Again, don't quote me on that, because obviously I've never bought a Genesis Mining Bitcoin contract because they've been sold out. But as far as I know, you just buy the package and they mine it on whatever pools they feel is the best. So a lot of freedom here. And a lot of information, so that's good. So that's it from me, really. I just wanted to give you an update on my Hashflare account. So you can see there I am receiving the amount that the what was it, we looked on Coin Wars, didn't we? Coin Wars, and I worked out that with their fees, the 0.5 cent, it worked out to be about 14.25%. So let's have a look. 11 point, what have I got? 66 terahash. Silly me. So that's 100,000. Yeah, that's right. Power cost zero. Power cost zero. Pool fees 14.25%. And that's cost me, all in total, I spent 1,500, and I've spent dollars. Sorry, and I spent $150, so that's $1,650. Calculate. So that's saying that I should earn $27 a day, which compared to the actual site is saying that I should earn $29, but that's without the fees, so it is about right. So that's good. So I'll check you out on the next video, and I look forward to hearing from you guys in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. See you later, guys. Bye.